What does Hurricane Andrew and Seuss Landing have in common? Stay tuned as we discuss some of my favorite hidden gems found at Universal's Islands of Adventure. Welcome to Roaming Yeti's Travel Beyond the Guidebook, where we help our busy fellow adventurers maximize their limited vacation time. I'm your host and head Yeti, Beth Scalacci. I'm here to share stories, hidden gems, and insider tips to help you plan trips that are unique and meaningful to you. In each episode, I delve into the world of pop culture destinations, theme parks, roadside attractions, and nostalgic locations. And you know what? We're uncovering their secrets and backstories. Are you ready? Let's roam! Welcome back. In today's episode, I will share insider information about some of the hidden details and Easter eggs you can find at Universal's Islands of Adventure. Last month, I did an episode covering Easter eggs and hidden details at Universal Studios Orlando. So if you missed that one, be sure to check that out. Now, let's head over to Universal Studios Orlando's second gate, Islands of Adventure, which opened in 1999. The port of entry is the first island you enter as you come into the park, and it is natural to just cruise through this area to get to the rides and all the other attractions, but take a minute to check out some of the details. Similar to other parks, the entrance has a lot of hidden details, so read signs you see and especially listen for audio cues while you're exploring this area. So listen to what you're hearing and look around to see what is sort of associated with those cues. Also, if you have a letter or a postcard you need to send to a loved one, well, keep an eye out for the Rocket Air Mail in Port of Entry. It doesn't look like the most reliable delivery service, but the UPS will get it to your recipient with no problem. As we exit the Port of Entry and keep to the right, we head towards Seuss Landing, and you can check out a couple of fun details here. Now, I sort of mentioned this in the teaser, but some of the curved palm trees you'll find in Seuss Landing are actually trees that survived Hurricane Andrew and were brought up from South Florida because they were bent and curved. And it really helps with that whimsical effect that you find throughout Seuss Landing. And also in Seuss Landing, you will find on Mulberry Street a photo op area where you can find the real Dr. Seuss, Theodore Seuss Geisel, and he is the figure you'll see on the left wearing glasses. So do a little hunting and see if you can find him. Next, let's head to Wizarding World of Harry Potter's Hogsmeade. Now, I do not feel equipped to break down all the hidden gems in Hogsmeade, but I did want to share two with you. When you are in Hogshead getting your butterbeer or something to drink or something to eat, you will find a roped-off stairwell with a sign that says "In Guest Only." If you stop and listen, you're gonna hear some house elves walking around and talking with each other. And also, if you wander into either of the restrooms underneath the public conveniences sign, you'll hear the sound of someone crying as you use the facilities. This cry is meant to signify the presence of Moaning Myrtle. So let me know if you hear Moaning Myrtle when you're checking out the public conveniences. Now, as you leave Hogsmeade and enter Jurassic Park, be sure to look at the ground and see if you can find some fossil imprints. Now, this is actually a good tip in any theme park is as you're taking in all the theming, be sure to look down at the ground. You'll often find imprints that are themed to that area, and it's just a fun detail to keep an eye on. Also in the Jurassic Park area, you will find a Jurassic Park truck and a Jeep. Now, the fun fact is both of these were screen used, meaning they were actually in the movie. So be sure to get a picture with those two movie stars, all right? The raptors you see as you walk into the Velocicoaster queue are pointed in the direction that they are for a very specific reason, and that is they are a nod to the Dueling Dragons roller coaster, which was an opening day ride at Islands of Adventure and is no longer there. One last fun detail for Jurassic Park area, and there's many, but one last one to share with you is when you're walking through the queue for the Velocicoaster, you'll see a room with lockers. And there you will find books written by the original characters from the first Jurassic Park, Dr. Alan Grant, Dr. Ellie Sattler, and Dr. Ian Malcolm. Now, leaving Jurassic Park, I'm going to skip 2 islands and just head over to Marvel Superhero Island, where I have a lot of hidden details to share. Not that anyone's surprised by that, I'm sure. Now remember, this island is based on Marvel comic books and not the movies. So let's jump into some of the details to be on the lookout for. The first thing you're going to notice when you walk into this area of the park is these giant character murals. Now, comic legend Adam Kubert drew these colorful murals and hid his signature in each one. So, for example, if you look at the Captain America one at his left arm, directly next to his glove, you will see his signature. You'll see Adam's signature. Take a look and see how many of these you can find. There are a lot of hidden details in the buildings themselves as well. You can see Stark Enterprises is referenced on a sign at the top of a building. You can check that out. On another building, you're going to find a small sign for Nelson and Murdoch, attorneys at law. You probably know that Matt Murdock is Daredevil, and that's his law firm. Another Daredevil reference is the Gladiators Costume Shop, which is a reference to the boutique operated by Melvin Potter, who was the Gladiator and built superhero costumes in the comics. Above the Vacation Information Center is a sign for Donald Blake, MD, and this refers to the private practice that Thor operated in when he was Donald Blake. Not to be outdone, though, Norman Osborn's corporation is also represented. You can find an Oscorp sign next to the Hobgoblin mural. Now, across from that, you'll find Blaze and Ketch Mechanics, an homage to Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch, 2 men who actually operated as Ghost Rider. When you're walking through this area, make sure you keep an eye out for the Ultranet speaker box. If you push the button, you will get a message for all the supervillains that are present on the island. Now, there's also a phone near the Spider-Man ride that you can pick up to receive a message. When I was there in January, I couldn't find it because it appeared to be behind a construction wall. So I'm hoping it's still there when construction is done. So someone let me know if it's still there. You can also find a Captain America diner. If you look up in the window, you can find that maybe Thor, sort of lost control Mjolnir, and it's sticking in the window. So these were just some of the ones that you can find at Islands of Adventures. Have you seen any of these? Which one is your favorite? I know there's a ton I missed, but let me know on social media or join our Facebook group at Roaming Yeti Travel Flurry. And, let's talk Easter eggs and all other kinds of fun travel stuff. But I really do hope these episodes inspire you to get out, roam, and use those vacation days to your fullest. Please follow or subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. And if you like what we're doing here, tell a friend, and please leave a review and rating. You can also follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Just search for The Roaming Yeti. I'll talk to you soon, and keep roaming.